What is up, Cabbage Crew? It is Matt and John here reacting to Dragon Prince Season 3, Episode 4, The Midnight Desert. At first, when I looked at it, I thought it was dessert, like Midnight Dessert, but it's desert.
That is the Baltimore education system at its finest, Cabbage
Right.
Crew. I apologize.
Which I will say it's interesting. So I'm assuming they're going to go to some type of desert, which is, again, my biggest complaint about this show is that I don't have a map of the world, because it's a very adventurous show. You're going from point A to point B. You're moving around. I would love to see where all these locations are, from the original castle that they left, I forgot what it's called, to where Antonius Fort is, to where all the different locations they've been at, where they met the pirate, and where that small town that Soren went to and the dragon attacked it, and just all these different places we've been. I would love to see where all the other kingdoms are. Like I would love to see where these are on a map. It looks like they're going to a desert. Maybe we'll have a map.
I think that explains probably why you are a Dora the Explorer fan, because
big fan of Dora. Yeah, no, big
because
fan of Dora.
The map.
She gets it. No, she understands. She gets it. Every episode they bring it up. No, that is one thing that I think Avatar did well. Obviously, there's a map behind me, but even in the opening of the show, you see the entire map. And you see one here too, but it's just a basic like land, and there's a lava down it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't actually show these locations and everything. So, yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to see that. I don't know if maybe by them going to a desert and exploring to a new location, maybe they'll show a map. I don't know. That's just my pet peeve I've had in this show so far.
Yes, sir. We shall see.
We shall see. Any predictions about what this episode's going to be about?
Well, as I'm reading the summary, because it's popping up on my screen, it's
oh my gosh, John.
It's not my fault. The summary's on my screen right now.
I just ask you, what do you think it's going to be about? You just read the summary.
But I actually did not read the summary. So now it's in my face. So anyway, no. So I'll just get out of it. So I think I hate to bring in things from outside every time, but it just sounds like maybe like a desert episode from Avatar, where they're trying to survive, and like, there's despair and they don't know what to do, and there's lost hope, and that's my prediction. Just because of like, there's so many a lot of similarities, lots of tropes, and it's a basic title of the Midnight Desert.
Yeah.
So that's just my guess.
I would say, I think around episode 4, maybe 5, they did the same thing last season, which is we need to get across something. So, much like how what was it called? The Voyager.
Yeah, with the pirate. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that called again? The episode?
I don't know. I don't know the names of
episodes. Yeah, I forgot the episode's name. Oh, Ruthless. It was like Voyager Ruthless, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It was very much like, hey, there's something in the way, point A, point B. I think it might be the same thing. Like, they have to get across the desert. Maybe they meet someone that can assist them with their animal or something like that. And maybe the majority of the main plot is going on in the castle with Ezran, and it seems like that's starting to steam up a little bit. So maybe we get a little bit more in-depth plot of what's going on with Ezran and Viren and all of them. And the side story is them getting across this desert with an ally. So awesome. Well, guys, if you are liking our reaction of not only the Dragon Prince, but other series that we're going to be watching, as well as a podcast, mainly Avatar: The Last Airbender, and some other film and animes and shows and stuff mixed in as well. We're going to be starting those podcasts the first Monday of every month, as well as these reactions. Definitely check our channel out. Subscribe. We love you guys commenting as well. We read all those comments, like all the videos, the whole shtick. So, John, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Cool. I really love the landscape animation drawing.
Oh yeah,
It looks like a drawn painting. It looks really good. Like that valley, some type of harpy. It looks like.
what is going on here?
Yeah, it looks like a harpy or something. Shout out My Valentine.
That was that hawk that
that he said.
Ari
The message.
sent out.
Yeah. Oh. Is this another elf tribe? Sky elves, maybe? Oh.
I'm fine. This is fine.
I feel like they could just ride on the same one. Oh.
So, yesterday must have been a hard day for you. You close your eyes and ask yourself if you have any big feelings. Then you say them out
The
loud,
one on
and
the
other
right
person says they
that
hear your
Callum's
feelings,
riding.
and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Something about it doesn't look right.
So
Its legs are too long for its body.
It looks like a Sheltie dog.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of like an ostrich horse from Avatar, but it's like more dog-like.
Big feeling.
I'm here to deliver an ultimatum.
No problem.
It means I'm forcing you to make a final decision.
I know what an ultimatum is.
I was about to say.
Does this thing have more pieces?
I've already told you, Katalis will not wage war on Zadia.
Then tomorrow at dawn, 3 armies will wage war on Katalis.
I would just like shoot him right there. Like, or you're dead. Close the doors, put him in jail.
Oh. No.
What are you doing? Preparing you for greatness.
Oh.
Now,
I hate this. I hate this. No.
What is happening? John hates bugs. He freaked out over a stink bug the other day. I can only imagine.
No,
I don't know
it's
what's
with the eye. It's with the
I know,
eye. It's
I know.
so gross.
Maybe he's trying to see through his eyes. I don't know.
I don't care what he's trying to do. It's freaking me out. It's not about the bug. It's about messing with the eye. It's Hawk Girl.
Greetings, travelers. My name is
Yeah, she
Solari Nikaktia, but they call me Nix. Hi, Nix. My name's
Okay.
Rayla. They
Stevie
call me
Nicks?
Rayla, and I'm in a bad mood.
I'm an earth blood elf. Oi.
Message said you'd be traveling with a human companion.
Oh, does it now?
That was me all along. I was the human.
And there he is. I can get the baby dragon home fast, and that's what matters most. We're not letting you
definitely,
take
I don't know if I trust
Yeah,
her at all.
no.
Okay. The Dragon Queen is dying, and you would waste a week when I can take you straight across in 2 days.
Those
Hey.
eyes, I just can't trust them.
I guess 2 quick conversations. One is about, I guess, what we're about to see, maybe continue. The 3 armies getting ready to essentially give them an ultimatum of we'll fight you. You join us or we will fight you. Yeah, essentially because you're in our way. I don't know how much of a bluff that is. I will say it's interesting. He says 3 armies. That means I guarantee you Anya's is not the one joining. There's
That's
5.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah, there's 5. We obviously know they have their what's their land
ask.
called?
I have no idea.
You don't know. Okay. But Ezran's kingdom is 1. His kingdom's 1. We have 2 others, and then we have Anya's.
I mean, Viren said it whenever he was going to assassinate the assassins. He's like, go here, go there. I don't remember what he said. I have no idea.
No, I just didn't know Ezran's kingdom. Like what?
Oh, it's Catullus.
Catullus?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. I
think.
knew
I
I
mean,
heard
I'm
it.
like
I think
80%.
I think you're right. Yeah. So I'm sure them three have kind of come together, which is a kind of a tough ultimatum because you're going to most likely lose that war, and even if you do and fight it and people die, then there's always going to be that tension that they essentially seem like there was tension between the 5 kingdoms, and because I remember them saying like it's great that we have peace now. So I think there was maybe tension or fighting or wars before Harrow's time, which was only about a decade ago. So, what's your thoughts about this whole thing? With the kingdoms.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna
You have a thought?
No, I just don't think it's gonna end up working out.
I mean, do you think Edrin's gonna? I mean, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. That's it's tough, to be honest. It's a really tough ultimatum, because it's like you're most likely, especially with, unless he turns to Baron. I doubt it. Or maybe Claudia and says like, "Hey, use some dark magic and get them, the win." Maybe he turns to Claudia and the win. All right. Well, let's just jump to this harpy lady. Shout out to my Valentine. I mean, I agree. I think. I mean, it seems like she intercepted that message, so she knows what their task is. She knows who they are, so she's trying to trick them to take the dragon prince for herself for whatever reason. I don't think that she. Again, it seems like this show. There's a lot of people that pretend that they're helping, and then they have their own motive. Or that seems to happen a lot in shows like this. There have been a couple that have not, but I think she's one of the ones where she's going to try to assist, but it's really like her own motive.
Right.
So, any thoughts on her?
No, she's just very mysterious. I get a lot. She's a female talking version of Combustion Man. That's, she intercepts the Hawk like Combustion Man did. Like also just a very mysterious person. It's just that like she's different. She talks. She's female. I mean, there's different aspects to her and her character probably, but I just see vague similarities. I do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's infested with soul fang serpents. They suck the spirit out of their victims, turning them into barely living husks.
But I think we saw that when we were like in episode 1 or 2. This is the desert he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's my
remember?
I think so.
Remember he was like, it can bite you and take your soul and transfer your soul into another body.
I think so.
Yeah, I 100% remember that. Oh. I still don't know if I trust this lady. It is always a nice it's always nice when you don't trust the character, then they end up being trustworthy and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's always a nice thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And they end up being a good guy and you're like, oh, I didn't know if I could trust you or not, but you're a good guy. Cool. I don't know if that's gonna be what she is or not.
There may be a way to prevent this bloodshed. You can save these lives.
More manipulation.
I think the ultimatum was fake. I think they really want him to do something else, and they're giving him now this third option, and that third option is what they actually want him to do.
I see. Well, maybe.
Yeah. Immediately, there's something shiny he's looking at.
What is it? Why are you staring at that thing?
Something so strangely familiar. Boomerang?
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, I thought that's where they were going with it for a second.
That was great.
That's awesome. Something strangely familiar. Oh my god, that was great. He thinks, oh, huh.
Cozy enough?
The Misty Palms
It's really
away.
cold here at night, so we'll need these.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if you guys needed 2 blankets or just 1.
2. Yeah, 2. Because if there was just 1, then
2.
It is ready. What is it doing?
Open your eye.
Oh no! That's so gross.
You can hear me. And now you can see me. And I can better serve you.
I wonder. Oh, I'm trying to
It's
figure it out.
done.
Take him.
Oh, he's the king now. Maybe.
The music is just so good.
That's why I gave up 8.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew.
Yeah. So it may have been the last ultimatum would let me roll. Or let him. I don't know. Let him roll. Oh. Yup, Viren.
Roommates.
No, they're gonna let Viren know.
Of course.
The last ultimatum was go to jail and take Viren's
So
spot.
sorry it's come to this.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
I feel like Ezra just fell right into his hand on that one.
I don't want you. I'm not good enough, and I never will be.
shut up.
Wait, what?
Many times before, and every single time you get up art and fast and beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Really, you're the most amazing person I've ever met.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit! It came out that fast. Let's go.
We'll never speak of this again. Do you understand?
Of course, yeah, of course I do.
No, I mean never. I will bind myself to killing you if you even mention.
Why would I? No.
We walk away, and this never happened.
I wonder if he does like her now.
Oh no!
Oh, he's doing an Aang. It's an Aang thing.
Yeah, well,
Where's Zim?
yeah. She took Zim.
Because
Oh.
and another journey.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of predicted that girl was gonna backstab him at some point.
Yep.
And the worst part is that was probably her plan to go to the Oasis at night because now they can't even leave the Oasis until the next day.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, a couple quick things.
Yep.
I guess to talk about. So let's just start. I guess we'll just start where we ended off, where you're kind of already about to talk about. They're stuck there in the Oasis. They can't leave pretty much until the sun rises. It seems like the creature they're on. I mean, she basically took them there, took the creature, and now they're stuck there.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they mentioned during the day the ground's too hot, and at night you have the snakes.
Yeah, the script was written. It was like pretty dead on, and what was going to happen.
Yeah, which I think we both kind of. I mean, if I was them, I would have never left. I would have never let Zim out of my sight.
he's the most important thing to them right now. That was reckless. That was
Right.
Obviously it's kind of obviously you didn't get distracted. I get it. It's like being a parent and you're on the phone with somebody and like you can't watch your kid 24/7, but then like they just spilled a jar of peanut butter on the kitchen or whatever it is. And
well, I guess a better
like
parallel would be you're a parent, you're in a mall with a stranger, and then you see see a guy that you like, so you go over to try to make out with them, and you come back and the kid's gone. I mean, that's what kind of happened. Well, speaking of making out, so it's straight. I mean, now it's like completely legit that you know Rayla has somewhat I guess a crush on Callum. I think Callum likes her. He just doesn't.
Oh, easily. No, he was doing no. Callum pulled an Aang from the Cave of Two Lovers. That's literally what this is.
You think so?
100%.
Or is it maybe because he said all this? I think maybe because
because I certainly want to date you.
Well, it's like it's just weird because he likes Claudia.
Yeah.
So
well,
maybe
that is like older babysitter next door type of crush thing.
Yes,
like,
that's how he is.
That's exactly what that is. Though I mean, there might be a love triangle. We don't know yet, but no, that Rayla is like roughly the same age or whatever that Callum is. This is like the school, like you're like a person you hate at school. It's like one of those things that concept of when you're young and you hate somebody, you actually love them. You know what I mean?
It's like Hey Arnold.
Exactly. And Helga and Harold, and so it's very interesting how they did this, but at the same time it's repeated tropes that are fine. They're doing it in an above average way, but it's very similar scenarios that we're familiar with.
I mean, one thing I will say is that about this specific trope is that like if you're into the relationship, like if you're into the two characters and you want them to be together, then it is something that like lets the audience, like for instance, if they kissed and they were together as a couple, we'd be like, that's kind of fast. Like it's only season 3. Like, that's interesting. It's almost like if Aang and Katara got together at the end of the Cave of Two Lovers, and you're like, oh, well, I guess they're a couple now. Like we're not even halfway through the series. I guess this is just gonna be a thing now. So you know what I mean? Like, I could see Rayla and Callum getting together by like season 4, season 5. But it would feel like if they kissed and everything was perfect, then it would be a little too fast.
I was gonna predict, and I know this is hindsight 2020. I really did think that not that they were going to be together by the end of the season, but they were going to make their feelings known.
Yes. Okay.
And by the end of the season, I wasn't expecting it now.
Yeah.
But it, a lot of shows have another, again, talking about tropes, have the trope of that they introduce you to like the two characters like each other, and then you think that they're going to have some big climactic plot to get them into the relationship, but they actually surprise you and do it a little bit early because they want to show you the relationship like the first time they're going to break up and then get back together. Like they do that a lot too. So I wouldn't be surprised if like it's similar,
kind of like I mean, not 100%, but kind of like a May and Zuko. Like, obviously that was early in the season, but like,
and it was quicker.
Like they didn't really build to that. Like they mentioned that they had a crush on each other back in the day, and then like once season 3 started, they were like together in a relationship. And everyone was like, "Wow, that's kind of out of nowhere." For them to eventually break up, and then for them to eventually get back together.
Yeah, that was done in a more quicker way. I'm talking about maybe like Friends, where like Ross and Rachel do end up together at like season 3 or 4 or whatever it was. It was pretty early. And then like they're like on again, off again. It's
our good buddy Andy, How I Met Your Mother. Him and Robin date, and then they break up, and then at the end they get together. Interesting. So
but they're not going to talk
now
about
let's go
this.
towards the castle. Oh.
Well, we can predict of like when do you because obviously they're going to talk about it again. So like when do you think they're going to like talk about it again? Because clearly it's not over, you know.
I would say next season's finale. I think some time will pass. I think season 4's finale.
Okay.
So then 5, 6, and 7 they're together, or they're moving.
So season 4, you think?
Yeah, I think
okay.
Season 4. Yeah,
cool. Okay.
So yeah, going back to the kingdom, you know, it
Yep.
seems as though they had kind of an underlining plan of, okay, let's give him an ultimatum. We don't want him to choose any of these ultimatums.
Mm-hmm.
Really, we want him to pick this third option that we'll give him instead. Because they met with Varen and they talked about it. And it just seemed as though once Varen was arrested, there was a small group of people that still believed in Varen's plan.
Long Fang.
That's what I was thinking as well. So this was their way of saying, okay, now if I was Ezra, I feel like Ezra took the bad route of doing it, though.
So you have to explain that to me because I was not quite following that.
What?
I wasn't quite following.
What do you mean, the plan?
Yeah.
So I mean, they went to him and they said, you know, we need your help, and he said, no.
Who went to who? Be specific.
So at the end of, I don't know their names to be honest, because we just got introduced. But at the end of the last episode, the new king of that kingdom, the younger man.
Yes, he sees Varen.
He went to go see Varen. So obviously there's some type of plan between them two, right? Because he knows Varen. Varen was the one that went to his father about attacking and going forward with the war. So he knew Varen and his mentality were the same. So he went to him, and then you see later on, after Claudia and Soren leave Varen, you see that same man come down, not the king, but what looked like some type of internal help of Ezra, like the crew that Ezra was with. And he was the one that kind of looked over, that had that like look when Ezra said, we're not going to attack. And a couple of them like looked at each other like, eh. And I think I even pointed that out. You see him going down there. So I just had a feeling there was going to be, when he says, either you help us or our kingdoms will attack you. I just didn't see that playing out. And my thing is, what's the benefit of that? Because even if you want to attack him, even if Ezra said, I see your bluff, fine, attack us. What, you're going to lose a third of your men and then go attack the elves? Go ahead. Like, you're not going to have our support. The other kingdom doesn't support you. Like, are you going to lose half of your men before you go attack the elves?
Okay,
or
so
you just going to... So I would have... So they knew that Ezra was not going to go with either of those two options. So what do you do after him thinking about it for a day? You go with him like to a third option. Like, it's almost like if I told you, like, you know, hey man,
why did he give it up? Is what I don't understand.
Exactly. Yes. Like, you give him and it's a good manipulation. Like, that's actually like really good manipulating by Varen, and which I like about his character. But you know, it's like saying, Matt, you can be homeless or take this job that you hate. And then I'm like, and think about it for a day. And then really, I want you to just work for me. I go to you and say, hey, you know what? A job opened. You can work for me. And it's like, well, I guess I have to pick that one, you know? And the whole time I really wanted you to work for me, but I gave you these two horrible options to either kick you out of my house or to take find another job, you know, like.
Look, I get your analogy, but I don't get it in the sense of this for some reason. I'm not connecting the two dots. Yeah, I get your example. They
gave Ezra two horrible options.
Yeah, I get that.
And they gave him a day to think about it. And then right before he said it, or right before, while he was thinking about it, they came to him with a third option that was actually the best of the three options.
Which was give up power.
Which was give up the power to Varen. But if they presented that originally, he would have been like, heck no. So it was just a way for them to manipulate him.
But we didn't see them talk about the third option, right?
We never saw it. We never saw them talk
until he just relinquished
until we saw physically actually saw him do it. So now if I was Ezra, as soon as that guy declared war and said, we're going to attack you if you don't join us, I would have shut the whole thing down and been like, close the doors. You're going to jail. Like, you came to my kingdom, and No, seriously, if it was the Dale, like, nope, you do not walk into my kingdom and say we're going to attack you if you don't do what I want. I would have he would have never left the room. I would have handcuffed him right then and there to put him in jail and been like, now you have an ultimatum, which is tell all your little friends to go home, or you're going to be in this jail for the rest of your life.
Right.
Like, and it's like, at that point, what do you want to do?
I gotcha. No, yeah, I follow it now.
So I will say
that was definitely a rookie mistake then.
Yeah, it was a rookie mistake, and also like it shows Ezra's still learning and still like trying to. He's trying to be like his father, which is like for the people and do the best thing.
But why give it up to? This is where I'm confused still, though. If Ezra knew that Viren was bad, why give it to him?
Because then they would have attacked the kingdoms. Like all three kingdoms would have attacked his.
That's just
essentially was really what it came down to was really what it comes down to is all three of the other kingdoms are going to attack this kingdom unless you give Viren power, because Viren's on our side, which is attack the elves. And if you don't, then all three of us will attack you. If you don't join, then we'll attack you.
Right.
Or we won't attack you if Viren just takes charge. So at least you're not the one that's saying, we'll like it would be Viren. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe Ezra has another plan. I'm sure he'll get out of jail.
No, yeah. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of how and when.
And like I said, this I think the next couple episodes are going to be setting up to who's on whose side, who's on Viren's side. Like now we see that the other kingdoms are on Viren's side, but there's one kingdom that's on Ezra's side, which is Anya. And because she doesn't want to get involved in the war, right? So you might have three kingdoms that are with Ezra, or with three kingdoms that are with Viren, along with this mysterious elf creature person that we don't know too much about. And then there might be kingdoms as well as elves, like Rayla, and what might happen with Aunt Amaya and the other elf. Like there might be some type of peace treaty, and they're trying to kind of make the war not happen. And now we're kind of on a time scrunch, I guess you can call it, because they're trying to get to the dragon over to his mom to stop the war, and that has to now happen before the humans attack, or that won't matter.
Right.
So that they'll get kind of on a time crunch a little bit. And I wonder who this third party Harpy is.
Like I said, I think it's just like we don't know anything, but
yeah,
gives me just Combustion Man vibes.
Yeah, I think she was
not the same exact thing, but that's we don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah. Maybe she was hired by someone we already know, or maybe she was hired by Viren.
Exactly. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising either way. Just we don't know, and so
yeah. All right. Well,
she's knowledgeable.
Yeah, I think that was a great episode. Personally,
yeah, it was very good.
Very good episode. Multiple manipulations, and again, it's like it just seems like everyone that's willing to help them actually has their own like objectives. So, but yeah, I'm really excited about the rest of the season.
Me too.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, subscribe, comment below. I don't really have a thing I want you guys to comment on, but just comment on our reactions. And we'll see you guys next time.
Woohoo!